Well, happy days to you guys. I tell you what, today is Tuesday, and today's the 25th, I believe it is, the 25th of October. And I'm Jay Goff with the Legacy Leadership International, and what I want to talk to you today about is something that I'm actually going to be really excited about. I'm going to be partnering with my wife tonight on a speaking engagement that we've got to speak to some local business leaders, small business and entrepreneurs. And what we're going to be talking about is something that everybody has a struggle with, and that is balancing family and career. Balancing family and career. And that's what we're going to be talking on tonight. So what I want to do, though, now is I just want to pull out something, just a little bit of what we're going to be talking about tonight. And it's part of the decision-making process. And I call this the 4 Ds of decision. So to go into that just very briefly, really, we talk about when we have a decision to make, first of all, we have to decide. We have to decide that we need to make a decision. Okay, so that's an awareness, a sense of awareness that there is a decision, a project, an action that needs to be taken on something. So we need to make the decision that something has to happen. Now, here's what I know, is that decisions do not equal action. Okay, deciding to do something doesn't mean doing it. It just means you get in the ballroom. It's the front part of action. Now, anytime we take any action, we have to make a decision and then make a choice to take action. So first you have to decide it. You have to decide it. Now, I call this the 4 Ds. And the first D is decide it. And so once we've decided that we need to take action, what it is we need to take action on, okay, now we need to go to doing it. Now, part of the doing it is identifying those things that in the decision-making process of the things that we need to do. Some people create a list, or what they call a to-do list. I like to call it a success list. Give us something positive. A to-do list is things that you just basically put on there. The first thing that comes to mind, that's what makes the list. There's no sequential order. There's no level of priority and urgency or importance listed on any of them. You might put a star or whatever next to them. But then even after you've done that, and I've been guilty of this before I've learned, is I would put a star by things that I thought were important, and before I knew it, everything on the list had a star beside it. Now it's still back to square one. So we got to make a decision on what the priorities are. Now, when we identify what the priorities are, we have to decide something here. And that first decision is this something that I need to personally do? That I need to do? And one way to determine if it's something that I need to do is, am I the only one that can do it? Am I the only one that should do it? Okay? And part of that, figuring that out, is what John Maxwell uses in his decision. Is he has like 3 R's. The 3 R's are, responsibility. Responsibility. Am I responsible? Is this my responsibility? Do I need to be the one to take ownership of this action and decision making? Okay, and the second part is return. If I do this, if I take this action, is this going to offer me a good return? Is this something that's going to offer me a good return on my actions and my decisions? And then finally, reward. Is there a reward for doing what I do? And most of that reward is, like if you do something in the community, you get a reward back that makes you feel great. I call it the ROI 3, actually, and that'll be it for another time. But real briefly, I'll tell you, ROI 3 is a return on investment. We all know that one. A return on influence and a return on impact. And that's what we receive by our actions to others. And that's how we gain our significance when we do for others. We gain our success when we do for ourselves. So, if I've identified that there are certain tasks on my list that need to be done, but I've identified that somebody else can do it either, that's crazy to say, either as well as me or better than me. 80%, if they can do 80% of what I have to do, are they 80% capable of doing it? Then I need to pass that off. In other words, I need to delegate it. That's our third D. Delegate. I need to delegate. I need to share it. I need to pass it off. And then step back and let them do it. No micromanaging. John uses a 10-80-10 rule. He does the first 10%, It's getting everything ready and getting the resources and all that for his staff to do. Make sure that they have all the information they need. And then the 80%, the team takes care of. They're putting it all together. They're actually building up what John's vision is and what his ideas are. And then finally, John comes back in on the tail end, on the 10%, and he checks things and he reviews things and he offers advice and suggestions on how to make it better. So John uses a 10-80-10. He's not a micromanager. He's not doing an 80% and I'll give you 20% control. He gives his team 80% control on the activity that needs to be taken. So delegate it. And after you've discovered that, well, first, that nothing... That everything I've got here identified as things that I need to do, so I'm doing it, or I need to delegate it. And if nothing matches within those, and it adds no value to your end game, to your goal, your vision, your purpose, if it adds no value to that, then dump it. That's the fourth D. Dump it. You got to scrap it. And that's what I want to encourage you. A lot of us need to actually just go through and dump a lot of things in our life. We're so cluttered with so much activity, so much material, so much references. You know, I have a desk, and once in a while it gets cluttered. And you know what the sign of a cluttered desk is, right? It's a cluttered mind or a very sloppy person. I don't know which. But a cluttered desk equals a cluttered mind. Now, I've also heard, though, and I like to claim this one, I'll lay claim on this one, I'll grab it, is a sign of a cluttered desk is the sign of intelligence, according to Albert Einstein. And I'll buy into that one. But there's a lot of things on my desk as I get to going through that I need to also either do it, delegate it, or dump it. And that's what I want to leave you with today. Folks, I had a fantastic time talking to you today. If you're in the area, if you're in the Springfield, Bolivar area, especially in the Bolivar community, Bolivar, Missouri, my wife Katrina and I are going to be speaking there tonight at the Polk County Public Library, and we're going to be speaking on balancing family and career. It's a free class too, so come on out, check it out, come meet us. I would love to meet you all face to face and personally, and get to know you, and just come out and learn, because I can promise you this. You're going to come in there for an event, but you're going to leave with an experience. Man, that's good. I should write that down. I'm Jay Goff, Legacy Leadership International. Life's what you live, legacy is what you leave, and leadership is the bridge. God bless. See you later.